What's going on, guys? I'm Nick,
I'm Eric.
and this is a quick special episode of Talking Interference Sports, where we are doing an interview with Raymond Barkwill, and he is a rugby player, retired Canadian rugby player, who played in the inaugural season of the Seawolves. So we will be giving him a call. And we'll do a quick, short little interview with him and talk some rugby.
Hello.
How's it going?
Not bad. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Is this Ray, right?
Yes, it is.
All right, perfect. So we're just going to ask you just some basic rugby questions and stuff about your career, if you don't mind.
No, going it on.
All right, cool. So thanks again for joining us. Thanks for giving us some of your time. Can you tell us what it was like for you to be a part of the inaugural season of the MLR personally?
Oh, yeah. I thought, it's exciting to be a part of anything that's, taking shape and launching in America. Especially with something you're so passionate about and something I've, devoted most of my life to playing. So to be able to see professional rugby again in America was super exciting. That's why I really wanted to be a part of it, especially that first year.
That's cool. Was there any thoughts of trying to return with the Seawolves for a second season with you?
Actually, had it all in place, and unfortunately, let's just say the powers that be, we couldn't just get the contract sorted.
Okay.
To be honest, I was supposed to be there. I signed the 2-year deal, and it just didn't go through.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah.
Do you keep in touch with them at all?
Oh, obviously, all the boys. You don't, whether you play on one professional team for 1 or 2 years, especially with the result we had of winning, it brings you obviously a little closer together. And we had a really good group of guys. So the players, I always chat with them, and texting and talking and catching up when we do. But even I still talk to Shane Skinner and Flinner and the other coaching staff. So it was pleasant time within the club. So there was no reason why not to keep those friendships going.
Okay. All right. Can you tell us what stood out most to you being a part of the team that won the first ever Shield for the MLR?
The things that stood out was just, obviously we had a very different scenario than most other teams with our coaching situation. But it was, for 90% or 95% of that group of guys is how well we bought in and believed in each other and worked for each other, and that was something that we knew was going to be a challenge. But for us to do all that and then come away with the win was, I think, pretty exceptional. So that kind of stands out for sure.
It was definitely fun to watch.
It's fun to play in.
Can you tell us what the best and fairest is and what it meant for you to earn that title?
Yeah, so it has in a Australian way is like our MVP in North America, right?
Okay.
So down there, it's got a little twist to it, though. It's someone who obviously goes out and plays on the field and does everything obviously at a high level and to make the team better, but off the field is also doing the things that are important to improving the club and the players around it too. So it's not just on field accolade. It's like an all round thing.
Okay, so it's not just like being called the MVP. It has more of an off field.
No, it's just got both. It's just like you can be the player of the game, but you can't be. And the best of Paris is just like it's just an overall thing. It's not just off the field. It's not just on the field. It's both of those together.
That's cool.
So I mean, it's just someone who, just because you're the best player, you can be, I guess, shit off the field, and you could be great off the field, and maybe not being have as good of a successful year on the field. So it's about pulling both together and that success.
Okay. All right. Do you still playing rugby right now, or you got thoughts of trying to get back into the MLR at all, or?
No, unfortunately, I had to retire. I sustained an injury in November.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I got to have neck surgery. My body's unfortunately took a little bit of a hit, and at this point in my life, I was just trying to get to the World Cup. So that my playing days are behind me now.
Okay. You think you got some coaching days in you then?
Yeah. Currently, I've been I have my own little consulting thing that I've been working with a number of individuals and a couple teams. I currently coach the Canadian under-18s national team, and right now working with all the throwers within the senior men's team right now on our trip to Japan for the World Cup.
Okay. That's pretty cool.
It is cool.
So I read online that you were the first Canadian to play in Super Rugby. What was that like for you?
Yeah. It was pretty special to get an opportunity when I went down to Australia, just playing and working hard, and got a great opportunity with the coach to join the extended players group and train and play with serious professionals and legends and Hall of Famers and great people. So it was probably obviously one of my prouder moments in my career, and it got me the opportunity with Canada.
Okay. And as you're speaking of Canada, my next question was going to be, can you tell us a little bit about your time on the Canadian National Union team and what that meant for you to be a part of that club?
Playing for your country, there's not much more you can say. How special that kind of opportunity is.
Right.
It's something when I started playing rugby, it was a goal of mine, and when I achieved it, obviously it was one of the most proud moments of my life, and it was so special. And every time I got to represent Canada and put on the jersey, it's just as special as the first time, and I didn't take it for granted, and I worked really hard to make sure I could put it on as many times as I could and do the best I can in the skills and the position that I play, and be the best teammate for my country.
Were you there for the U.S. versus Canada team game that happened in Seattle just recently?
Yeah, I was. So I wasn't sure at that particular moment. I was on the roster, but I hadn't got the diagnosis about my injury and the severity of it. So I was there training with the guys and keeping up, and then what I ended up doing was just being part of the team, and I was on the sideline that game and being able to watch it, and unfortunately we saw how close we were to winning that game.
That was one hell of a game.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, it was an excellent game. So it was unfortunate we're on the losing end of that one, but it was an exciting game, especially for both teams and the fans of Seattle to watch a really good test match.
That was really cool.
Yeah.
Do you got anything?
Yeah, you played in the 2015 Rugby World Cup.
Yep.
Right. What was that like?
Yeah, like when we're talking about all these moments and milestones or great things that happen, and obviously making to a World Cup is a very special achievement. As a player, as an individual, it again sits up in one of those top 5 things because we went back to England where rugby kind of grew and was invented, and to go play at a Rugby World Cup and represent my country, it meant everything. And to go out, and we played some really, really fantastic rugby in that tournament, and unfortunately fell too short to make it a heck of a memory. Where we look at some of the special things you try to do in the game, but I'll definitely say it was one of my shining moments while wearing a jersey is to go to a World Cup.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that is really cool.
I'll close out on one more question, and it might be a tough one for you after we're talking about all these shining moments, but what was the most standout one of your entire career, you would say?
Give me a second here, and I'll
all right.
make a good evaluation on that. I think, for me, there's lots of moments that you take into pinpoint one, whether it's your first game or your World Cup. Those are pretty cliche. But I think, for me, just getting to play in front of your family and friends while wearing the Canadian jersey. For a moment in my life, it felt so special. And to weird to say, but to watch people enjoy watching you play
cool.
was pretty cool, and knowing that you can inspire the next group of kids who want to play the game and maybe want to look up to you. I think that kind of part of it is the one kind of moment that I really cherished, and it's probably the thing I miss the most. Is the influence you can have on a community or your country. So I definitely think that would be it.
I like that. Ray, I don't really have anything else for you after that one, man.
Well, I just got one.
One more? One more.
What?
That's all right.
Do you have a favorite song to sing after your game?
Song?
Yeah.
It's funny. It's like trends, right? We all have the hot song at after the game, and I know I like all music, and I think at one point, I'll make sure I got it right here. I got to make sure I'm saying the right song. 1 second here. Because it's funny. I'm a big kid, and I love to have fun. And if I'm not mistaken, it was called. Where is it here? Yeah. It was called Came to Party by Too Short.
Nice.
I like it.
And honestly, I'm obviously one of the oldest guy when I was playing on the team, so I kind of get a little bit of sense when I want something kind of put on the radio
You're gonna make it happen.
The thing that it basically kind of gets done, and obviously we're all good friends, and I think some of the boys didn't mind the tune either, so I thought it was always something that we played when we celebrated, so it was always good.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's good. I like that too.
Thank you so much for your time, Ray. Hope we can keep in touch. Maybe we can do it again sometime.
Absolutely, anytime.
All right. Thanks so much. Take care.
Perfect. Cheers. Thank you again.
Have a good day.
I thought you were gonna get him to sing it, bro.
I wanted to try.
Wow, that was cool. Raymond Barkwill. That was awesome. That's who it was. Rugby player, Canadian rugby player, played for the Seawolves, Canadian rugby team.
Super Rugby.
Dude, the list goes on and on.
Yeah.
This guy has been doing it for a while. That was cool to talk to a seasoned guy like that.
That was cool.
I wish I had more for him.
It was cool to get a different perspective too, rather than
Like
not
somebody from Canada instead of
that, and both times we've talked to Kevin Flynn, it's been great,
yeah.
and obviously appreciate every chance we get to talk to him. But it was different, fun to see a different perspective from a player,
Right. Instead of a coach.
right?
Yeah, that was cool. Go back, check that out, guys. Awesome interview. That was really fun. If you guys are into rugby at all, go check that out. And we have interviews with the manager, or would you consider the manager? I don't know what the exact title is.
Well, I don't know. It
He's
depends
not the
on
head coach, right?
No, he's not the head. He's like
He's
the
the manager.
assistant coach of the Seawolves, but he's the manager of the Saracens.
I think he's the president of the Saracens.
Could be.
I would have to look back, but now I sound like an asshole.
Yeah, well,
It's all good. That's what I do. All right. Well, yeah, if you're into rugby, check that out. Awesome interview. Go check out the interview that we had with Kevin Flynn as well. And go like Talking Interference Sports and Kitsap Connection, Game Changer Sports Network, all the stuff. Take care, guys. See you next week when we talk about football.